You are now inside the Creative Zone with your hosts, Robb and Logan.
Hey guys, what's up? It's Robb.
It's Logan.
And it's another episode of the Creative Zone. We're going to continue a discussion we started last week about the streaming wars, and we have in studio Claude and Luana. Say hi, guys.
Hello. Hi, guys.
All right. Big married team as always.
Yeah. So we're just going to kick it to Claude to get his thoughts.
Or let's set up for you.
Ask me a question.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
So the premise
of the gun.
All right. So here's the setup: that you have the opportunity. You have a script.
Yes.
And you are approached by HBO Max and Network 2.0, who is
Quibi or something.
Yeah, but they're trying to, a new streaming platform, trying to get themselves off the ground. The new streaming platform, like I said, we'll call Network 2.0. Streaming 2.0.
Yeah, Streaming 2.0.
Streaming 2.0 wants to give you $10 million to produce your web series, your series for them, 10 episodes of whatever, of your show. And HBO Max comes with you, or HBO, it comes at you with, they want to do the same thing, but they're going to give you $5 million. Who would you choose?
I actually would choose HBO, only for name recognition.
Ah.
I mean, if Streaming 2.0 will give you 10, that's great, but who will see it? I mean, if they have like 4 subscribers,
yeah.
I mean, great. I could do the greatest show, and no one sees it, so that doesn't really help me. But if HBO gives less money,
mm-hmm.
I would know how to make if not better, just as good within the means, and get 10 million more viewers.
Okay.
In the long run, that's better for me.
But Network Streaming 2.0 is trying to make you. They want you as one of their launch titles. One of their launch original series, and they do have a back catalog. But they're, in getting themselves out, they're going to all the conventions, cons, business conferences, and saying, here we are. Here, when we launch in January, they want to be able to say you and 4 other shows are part of their original series offering a reason why you should subscribe. And their other selling point is only for $2.99 a month. You can get our back catalog, which has a few known titles, and these 5 original properties. You still go with HBO?
They're offering $2.99
to the subscribers, the customers.
I know. No, I didn't think they gave you $2.99.
Yeah, no.
to make my thing.
Like
subscribers are going to be $2.99. Then I would have to ask to see what their projected subscriber base is going to be.
Smart.
Yeah.
I mean, again though, if they're coming out of nowhere. And you say they have a backlog of what? You mean like black and white movies from the 40s that no one gives a fuck about? Or things that will make people actually subscribe?
Yeah, do they have a catalog of actually
what is their catalog?
Viable things. These are things to consider. But with your initial offer of $5 million versus $10 million for a known versus unknown, I'm going with the known.
Yeah.
Even though it's 50% less.
Hell yeah. If I get 90% more eyes on my project, that's worth it.
Yeah.
But if they have a backlog of, let's say I'm gonna pick something out of the air, Power Ranger show from Japan, dubbed over in English, that's exclusive to their streamer, and my show is a Power Ranger-esque show.
Yeah.
Then I might want to, then every Power Ranger nerd is going to watch their stream. So yeah, I'll go with them instead. It's like, it's the opportunity and the time. A lot of factors to consider. But with just, baseline 10-5 versus known unknown, I would go with the known.
Oh, wow.
No.
I mean, I thought you said you decided to go with the Web 2.0, right?
I went with the Web 2.0 in the sense of if their setup is right, if we've looked at if there's projections to be looked at, and how long are they going to be offering that $2.99? If they're going to change it in 6 months to try to compete with the $15, those who offer $15, no, you're going to drive more people away than you get. But if it's on one of your launch titles, you gotta buy in. Okay, people are gonna look at $2.99. You got there's a high probability of eyes getting on. We'll give you a chance. Okay, and then my show is one of the they've got 5, and I'm one of the top 3 that keeps their channel going for another year or 2, and I still keep a lot of property control where if they fold, then I can take this and get it elsewhere to get it relaunched or to get it picked, to get it picked up so that, everyone can see, has watched seasons 1, 2, and 3. Streaming 2.0 is no longer viable. I can see the writing on the wall. So it's like, yep, I'm picking up. And, Amazon Prime, so you'll produce at least one more season to see if I can continue bringing people on. Then
you definitely want the rights to your work.
I think Dan Harmon did something similar with Community, the creator of Rick and Morty. Yeah, because initially it was on NBC, and I think NBC gave it like 4 seasons.
They gave it a bunch.
Yeah, and then it went to Yahoo for like 2 more seasons or 1.
Something at least to finish it out.
Exactly. Yeah.
And as I was saying, as I said in last podcast. Oh yeah, and by the way, everybody, Happy New Year, because. That's when you'll be hearing this.
Oh yeah, my God.
Yeah, Happy New Year. Yeah.
Yeah, but this is a good talk.
Oh, you guys look very festive, by the
way. Hey, black goes with everything.
Exactly.
But it's one of those things of something for us that we would be thinking about in the year with all of these streaming platforms. You've got the HBO Max. I have as of yesterday being out and about in the city, seeing advertisements on the train, the train wall, train advertisements for Paramount's network. Had you not said anything, I would have oh wow, but I've now seen. What is the show?
There is a bunch of streaming platforms.
Yeah, Paramount
you got Peacock,
Network.
You got HBO Max. You have Quibi.
Mm-hmm.
And
was that one?
Quibi is pretty much the
Black Entertainment thing.
No.
That's
BET does have their own coming.
See,
out.
Even that I was not aware of.
BET has a BET Plus that
I hear good things about this Disney Plus.
Yeah, there's this thing going around.
Yeah, only 10 million subscribers at launch.
Yeah,
no big deal.
I don't know.
They've got 1 or 2 back catalog properties.
Yeah,
that
probably.
Speaking of catalogs, of back catalogs, I mean, Disney. What do you think, Luana?
Where would you
What
go?
do you think about
the 5?
But with those same kind of opportunities, launching, helping launch a new streaming platform for your series, or going with somebody where you're for the 2020 offering, you're one of 10. Exactly. The new series that they're going to be putting out, and they're going to give you they both got 50 million. That's why it's 5 million with HBO, 10 million with streaming 2.0.
Yeah.
I would go with HBO too.
Because
I know the co-founder of HBO, who is Robert Cabell.
Oh wow.
I met him in Germany.
No, you mean personally?
Yes.
Apparently she shook hands, so
that's unfair now.
Yeah,
okay, I'm sorry, we didn't mean to put you on the spot. I don't want you getting no calls going, hey, you said you would go with the other guys, you know me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's a bit unfair on your part, I must say.
So you go with HBO because of the personal connection?
Yes.
Huh, okay. That's an interesting
thing. If I
take.
had an in, I would go, if I had an in with the other guys, I would go with streaming 2.02, so.
Definitely. If Jeff Bezos does the things he likes to do of all of a sudden start a new venture just because it's a Thursday and he's starting something completely outside of Amazon and wants to come and say, okay, you 5 people, I got pocket lint, $50 million. Make something for me for this new thing I decided when scratching my left ear on last Wednesday to launch.
It's I had to do it over on the toilet this morning.
And I just found your name and said, hey, come on, here you go. as billionaires are wont to do, it seems these days. There are questions I feel it's important to ask to make the proper decision. Gut reaction, 10 million is great from anybody.
Exactly.
But what are the strings that come along with that 10 million, or what are the strings that come along with that 5 million? 5 million from a known entity, in my opinion, is, you guaranteed eyes in some way, shape, or form, and for the genre that you're putting out with, something that you've heard. HBO has been around as a cable channel, as a producing partner for years. But are they, hoping to get those eyes on? You're at least going to get a few people watch. If Streaming 2.0 is a sci-fi channel and I'm selling them a sci-fi property or producing a sci-fi property with them, then okay, they are got a specific genre. If they're trying to be everything to everybody to compete with HBO, then it's, it's like, okay, you really think you can get, some of their subscribers to add on another $3? They probably can. That's how they're always selling it. It's only $6.99. It's only this and that. So it's only $3 a month. People are like, I can scrape up $3 out of my pocket every month. But then, is it what they want to see? How long? Like as you said with CBS Access, you only
exactly. Yeah, I only got CBS Access to see the new Twilight Zone by executive produced by Jordan Peele. Then after I finished with Twilight Zone, I canceled my subscription. Right. So literally, I'm not going to keep a streaming platform for one series. Right.
Besides, the same thing with what is it, Epics or for Godfather of
Bingo,
Harlem?
exactly. Yes, I'm definitely going to get Epics for the Godfather of Harlem.
I got it for one show and now I'm done.
Exactly.
But as with both of those real world examples, they both have other offerings. CBS Access has Discovery, but that's not what you there to watch. That's not what, and you moved on.
Yes.
Streaming 2.0 has my sci-fi, but they've got, like, as I put last week, the medieval Lady Jane Grey, her 9-day rule, and they stretched that out into a 10-episode season of how she got there, how she was queen for 9 days, and then she was executed.
Yeah.
And it's a period piece, and it's got, it's great, that they're getting $10 million too, to, great production value, and people are interested, but then they could only drag that out into one season without crossing into someone else's territory. The Tudors that was on Amazon Prime. They can only drag that out, and people, the people who only wanted to watch that Lady Jane Grey, they're done.
Yeah,
they didn't want to watch sci-fi. That channel had other great offerings. They're canceling that subscription. Or they wanted to watch my sci-fi. They didn't want to watch the medieval period.
So right after they finished your series,
they're done.
That's one of the reasons why.
But that could also be said about HBO Max. They only want to watch Game of Thrones.
But HBO Max has a back catalog. They have a lot of shows.
Yeah, well, but that's also when I try to put the example of Streaming 2.0 does have a back catalog. It's not, A-list, all of it, but, decent B-listers, maybe a few low-grade A-list movies, names you would recognize of, early stuff that they managed to get they could put a catalog together. They're not sitting there where it's just these 5 series and there's nothing else for you to watch on their streaming platform.
What I was saying is if they were if they narrowed down to, look, we're here to only do sci-fi and fantasy.
Yeah.
So we have, like I said, if they had all the Power Rangers shows from Japan,
dubbed in
English, and nowhere else can you get these things in America, and my show happens to be like that too, then you would go. I would go with Streaming 2.0 whatever. But if they're gonna be, we're trying to do everything, just not as good as anybody else, and with stuff that you never heard of or don't want.
But do you know of a streaming platform that is genre specific? Netflix, they do everything. HBO does everything. Amazon Prime does everything.
Yeah, they do.
I kind of do, but
which one?
Well, there is an addendum because it's kind of cheating. The WWE Network.
Oh, okay.
Is very specific.
Yeah, it's a wrestling.
I.e. wrestling.
Yes.
And there is a horror
Oh, well, that's
Well, what's that one?
Yeah, it's small.
Chiller or something.
Oh, Chiller.
Yeah, Chiller.
Oh, okay.
Is
and I have like 2 or 3 free ones on my Roku and my.
And that's how a lot of them are getting over too. Of like they'll be free.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
To be attached to because Pluto, you can get that for free.
Pluto TV is free. Yeah.
Is free.
I love that. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see exactly. And
Tubi TV is free. And they're not specific. They're like everything, a little bit of everything.
What was the one where and I think people who are listening to our podcast, we know I've known each other for quite some time, but we were watching, what was the one we watched some of the blaxploitation stuff on?
That was Tubi.
Oh, that was Tubi.
TUBI.
Okay.
TV.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You guys are out there want to pay us to make movies.
Yeah. We'll make something in the vein of Dolomite when we were talking about it a couple weeks ago of,
Yeah.
We've seen Cleopatra Jones and Don't Cross 110th Street. We can take it back to the old school.
The hard way.
Yeah,
I mean, okay, let's not get into.
Let's not dust off the Let's dust off the old catalog, as it were.
But if what's the man's name?
Who? Mario Van Peebles?
Michael's all right.
Yeah.
If you're out there and you want to make a blaxploitation movie. I'm just saying,
just putting it out there, floating out the ideas and whatnot. But there are those that are genre specific.
Okay.
And there are those that there's the they're trying to start. Maybe they try to start in one genre and then start to slowly spread out. As we were saying last week of that it was AMC.
Yes.
They were the American Movie Channel. And you got a lot of 1940s.
I think it's American Movie Classics.
Yeah, American Movie Classics.
Yeah.
And they, so that you would see, the rom-coms of the 40s, 50s, 60s
Gotcha.
with, names you knew like, Greta Garbo and Katharine Hepburn and people like that.
Cary Grant.
But then they slowly started to, they started with Mad Men.
Yes.
Was
that the initial?
The thing that slowly started to get them out there as something different, but notice.
What they started with. I'm not sure.
Well, Mad Men was still set in that period,
exactly.
so you could make a logical leap of movie classics, classic advertising world of the 1950s, but then they totally pivoted by offering
The Walking Dead.
The Walking Dead, and wasn't Preacher,
and then Breaking Bad or something.
Breaking Bad, then Preacher. Based on a comic book. That was on AMC?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, exactly.
It was.
Yeah, exactly. So once they found something that helped them pivot, they pivoted hard of, we can do a lot of things.
Yeah, they're like,
and now people take them.
Are a viable
and now people take them seriously of if they want to pitch or introduce a new show based on a comic book property that not a lot of people have heard, but we can do something with it. Mm-hmm. It's still in this kind of a genre. And, so it's, everything you would look for the best deal. But what fits best for you? What would be the opportunity that they're giving? How much is being put behind you?
Exactly.
That $5 million is $5 million on
your
own.
I actually find it interesting that you guys chose to go with 50% less because we decided to go with the 10 mil due to the fact that we'll be a part of a startup and they'll invest a lot more resources into our show.
If they don't advertise you or...
But that's the thing, they're going to. Because they're investing 10 mil in our show.
And that you're that...
And not only our show, but their network. Because they want to actually make their network successful.
Yeah.
So they're going to invest the money. If you have a show and if your show fail on HBO, that's just one of like 20 new shows for HBO. That they don't really care.
Well, they won't care, but the show will look the best. And if I can still own it, it'll be there.
Well, yeah.
But I can still take the... however many viewers did see it, and if I fail at HBO, then I go to Network 2.0.
Hey,
you know me? My show's on HBO. And they will say, oh, yes, thank you. Yeah, come over here. Bring your old one, and here's the 5 to make the next season.
That's kind of cheating, though. The rules were you have to pick a network. You can't fail at a network and just hop to the new network.
Well, that was the thing. The premise of that Network 2.0 wants you to be one of their tent poles.
Exactly.
For their launch.
Perfect.
So it's like, you can be another one of the new shows that comes out on HBO, or you can be our tent pole of watch us for this. And this,
exactly.
and this, and this. These 5 people, in their launch press conference of, we're launching on January 1st with these creators.
Yes.
As our
that one
series.
On your thing. I mean,
It's like if they were launching a new console.
Wait,
it's the
why?
same way.
That's interesting.
Hear me
What-
out.
Mhm.
You got Network 2.0, and then what is it?
HBO Max or
No, I mean
okay.
10 of original things for what they were doing.
No.
5 original.
5 original for network for streaming 2.0 and 10 on HBO.
I think I see where you're going here.
No,
What?
5. Who are they're on the stage at Comic-Con 2025?
Mm-hmm.
Who are any of these people? I mean, I know who I am. No one else does. If I'm on the stage, they're like, oh, we have Claude doing his show. Now the whole audience will go, who?
Well, it's like with anything, it's packaging. It's, they're going Claude's on.
No, it's not.
How is it? No, well, Claude's on.
Okay.
This is Claude,
Okay.
but does anybody? People are asking who are you, and they're going who, and they're showing. They show a clip or the trailer for your show,
Yeah.
and at Comic-Con at SDCC, and then then it's and it was done by Claude, and you come out, your trailer wowed them. That 10 million went into a show, and it can be seen. You got helium cameras and Weta CGI, and that 10 million was spent. And they're using a trailer like you would.
But I think your point is
And
for the team behind the show.
Yeah, I'm saying if
Okay.
there's no name, if it's just the show created by someone you didn't know
Uh-huh.
on a network you've never
Heard of.
Mhm.
that's like gonna generate you 0 eyes, unless like if there are a specific streaming service that only does action, only does horror, and people want to see the specific thing you're doing. Because if you don't have a name, then you have to like zero in on what someone wants to see. But if you're a whole bunch of, if everyone is an unknown, that's a real shaky ship. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like on HBO, if you have, well, on Netflix you have Scorsese doing The Irishman.
Uh-huh.
People are gonna watch
Yeah,
it. They
yeah.
go, oh, I've heard of him. Oh,
actually a good
Scorsese
point.
doing The Irishman starring. Oh, who's this? I almost said it, Dan DeVito. Y'all blame him for that. That's on my mind now.
I love you, man.
Poking me over here with that?
You coming at me, Vito?
Okay,
Why you coming at me?
Wait, I don't want to offend anybody. No,
Upset the Italian community.
Hey, I'm from Brooklyn. I grew up with the Italian community. We got connections.
oh man, I'm losing the guy's name. De Niro. Fuck, I forgot his name.
Mr. Tribeca himself.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
I had a brain fart. If you have Scorsese doing The Irishman, starring De Niro, everyone already, without any of them being there on stage, is going to watch now.
Oh, okay.
They're gonna watch those shows. What is going to guarantee that they're gonna watch your 10th in the lineup of introduced? Yep. You're still effectively the unknown of who's this guy.
Yeah.
And they show a trailer like they do with theirs of they're gonna try to. And it's a streaming, so it's not like network where they could have De Niro's show, have yours at, De Niro's at 8, yours is at 9, and Scorsese's is at 10.
Yeah.
So that you're in there, and if they want to watch one to the other, there's a probability that they would watch all 3 hours.
Well,
they can pick and choose, see you, and skip.
Minute, they do give you suggestions. Like if you like this, they will. And
I've never paid attention to those.
Really?
I've never ever paid attention to suggestions. Never.
Does anyone else have Netflix?
You have Netflix,
I
right?
don't have Netflix.
Oh,
No.
I've never paid attention to
Have you ever seen the
suggestions.
suggested?
I've seen them all the time.
I've seen them.
Have you ever used any of them?
Yes, I have.
Okay, so have I. So
I'm the
you've
anomaly
never-
then. I'm the anomaly.
Wow.
Yeah, I've never paid attention to
Maybe it's
those.
an age thing.
Well, not even, it's like, because they're suggested things of, because you watch this, you might like
That's
that.
right.
So they
Yeah,
offer
exactly,
you things so if I watched a sci-fi anime, they will put another, at least anime, if not a sci-fi anime, on there. And it's like, there have been more than a few times where I'm like, oh, that looks interesting. The thumbnail goes, or the thumbnail then with Netflix, when you hover over it, the description, when the description will come up. So I read it real quick, like, oh, okay. And Netflix, what some of the other ones are not doing to try to set themselves apart from Netflix, of when you do that, the trailer will start to play, a clip will start to play.
Yeah.
And now it's kind of becoming only a thing of Netflix. And
When you scroll over the title, the trailer plays?
Yeah, and Disney doesn't do that, and Amazon has stopped doing that, and apparently there have been subscribers who have been complaining about Netflix doing that.
I hate it too.
That the trailer automatically starts.
I wish you could at least.
But to me, that's actually drawn me into watching a few things because it's you read that blurb and then all of a sudden I see this animation and there's space battles and things like. Well, that's kind of that's my bag. Okay, let me at least mark it to come back to later. And I'll because I'm about to go out the house, that kind of thing. So it has an effect. There are those it will work on. But by the same token, in my opinion, there are those that almost anything can work on in trying to draw somebody's attention. If you got them for what you're trying to get, you got the genre that they want, the style of shooting, the subject matter. Mm-hmm. If it's presented to them as, I recommend this to you by said streaming platform, by whatever you're watching, then that's what you get.
I mean, just to close on this topic, have you ever seen True Detective?
Yes.
All right. Do you know the creator of True Detective?
Not personally.
But why did you watch True Detective?
Oh, I'm a sucker for noir storytelling and detective stories.
Because earlier you were saying about the whole packaging and the team behind it. Who did you know behind True Detective?
No, I knew the
genre.
The genre. Yeah.
That was the genre. Oh, and I do want.
Well, wait. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
Who is the?
I forgot his name, but this was literally his first show.
Oh. Okay.
This was literally his first show, and he wrote the entire season and pitched it to HBO. Well, his management company, Anonymous Content, pitched it to
but
HBO.
he had a full it's like, hey, I sat down and wrote a
Bible,
thing.
The entire first season,
and his management team was able to walk in.
On HBO.
Oh wow!
See, so you remember?
I don't tell tales, but I'm kind of a dirty pirate. I might have
he found a way to watch it without having to watch it.
I may have. You know what? I don't want to get arrested.
For the sake of this podcast, just say you watch it at a friend's house who paid for HBO. Yes.
Oh, that's why you were at my house.
Yeah, exactly.
Day. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Outside your window with binoculars.
He's watching True Detective. I think I'll sit here and watch it. Oh, he stood up. God damn it. Let me call him. Yeah, can you go to the kitchen?
Change the channel back.
Yeah. Why don't you go in the kitchen, get a snack, and change it back to whatever you want? What? Why? I know this is you, Claude, but why are you doing?
Yeah, I'm calling you going, move your head about 10 degrees.
But, okay, so in relation to what we've been saying, I've seen a trend of, that there's so many platforms going out, and even DirecTV and Spectrum are trying to offer their own original content. That Spectrum has literally brought back a show that ran on NBC back in the mid-90s, from like 92 to 97, a show called Mad About You ran. And we talked about this last week.
We did.
And I was trying to remember a show that I thought was just a straight original idea with Gabrielle Union. It does have Gabrielle Union in it, and Jessica Alba is also on this cop drama. And it is called LA's Finest. But here's the even more interesting fact. It is technically a spinoff of the Bad Boys franchise.
Oh, wow.
Because Gabrielle Union character is the sister.
Yes, of Martin Lawrence's character.
Sid. Sid Burnett was her character's name. And so now she's left Miami and the DEA that she was she was part of the task force. Yeah. And they show that she has a backstory. Stuff happened in Florida. So she went to LA and now she's LAPD.
Oh, wow.
And her new partner is Jessica Alba. And I think they believe they are getting a second season. And, it was like after we talked about it, it's like I knew of it, but that there was a whole lot, when I discovered there was a whole lot more to it. It was like, wow. So what's your opinion on these properties that are being revived?
On new platforms.
And new platforms are trying to basically use them as a draw.
Yeah, I think it's a great marketing tool for these new platforms. For example, Netflix does it with Arrested Development.
And they're doing it with The Expanse. No, that's Amazon Prime.
Who do it with what? Which show?
The Expanse. It was a sci-fi
sci-fi.
that was on the Sci-Fi Network on cable, and it stopped, and now Amazon Prime has the license to air the first 3 episodes. Seasons, and they've produced from the ground up 2 more.
Yeah, I think DirecTV did it with Friday Night Lights. Like, you're taking an established property and you're expanding on it. You're gonna give it Yahoo tried it with Community. It's like, hey, we're getting into the streaming business. But you can't just launch an original, so you're going to get like an established property.
Yeah, something people know.
Exactly.
To get those eyes of, hey, did you like that show?
Did you like that show when it was on NBC? All right, now it's on DirecTV.
Yeah.
And while you're here, check out our other offerings. So, yeah, I think it's a great marketing draw. What do you think, Lana?
I think the same, yeah.
Yeah?
It's good for marketing.
Yeah, it's, like I said, a great way to establish a new network. I don't know if it's actually worked. I don't think there's a case where it actually worked where, for example, I didn't go to DirecTV to watch Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, no. I've never... Okay, I can't say I've never used DirecTV. I've never been the purchaser of DirecTV. I've been places, stayed at Airbnbs, and, you want to watch something on TV, and they had DirecTV. Yeah. So while I'm here, and it's like, okay, we were going to go somewhere, but there was a couple hours before that, so let's have the TV on in the background. Okay. DirecTV is what was available. Yeah. So I've used DirecTV, but purposely, like, I'm purchasing this because DirecTV has this show. Yeah. No, I have not done that myself.
Speaking of epics, besides The Godfather of Harlem, I can't name a single other original show on that platform.
After watching Godfather of Harlem and having it, I tooled around a little. Yeah. They have, was it Pennyworth?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, where it's
the
Batman's
Batman's Butler prequel or something.
Yeah, Alfred's father meets Thomas Wayne in England, and it's those two.
Batman's father is Thomas Wayne.
He's Alfred's father.
Oh, Alfred's father.
Alfred's father.
Oh, okay.
No, it's Alfred.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
It's
Alfred's father.
Yeah.
That's.
I thought it was Alfred's father.
No, it's Alfred's story.
It's Alfred's story.
It's a prequel.
I knew. What I'm saying, I knew it was Thomas Wayne met Pennyworth. Yeah. And he was supposed to.
Alfred is old, dude. He's. He was like a bouncer in one episode, Alfred, and
they had him doing a bunch of things.
A grand total of like 3 episodes in.
Oh wow! And then, the trailer kind of reminds me of the Kingsman.
I felt like it was Kingsman and oh crap! What was it, the Marvel show that was the prequel?
Agents?
The one in the past with Agent Carter.
Yeah, I was gonna say Agent Carter, where it was post Captain America but pre Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
Yeah, pre S.H.I.E.L.D. altogether. Yeah, I think they were the SCI or whatever.
Yeah.
I enjoyed the show, but it felt kind of like that,
Okay.
It was in the past, and there were British people.
Okay.
But I got like 4 episodes in, and then kind of lost interest. I want to pick it back up, but I haven't yet.
Yeah.
Remember I was saying there was a Patrick Stewart show that was on like Stars that you could only remember Stars for Power.
Yes, I was literally going to bring that up too. Yeah.
But I said there was a Patrick Stewart show that was produced by Seth MacFarlane. I could not remember the name for the life of me, and I just looked it up. It was called Blunt Talk.
Oh, okay. Oh, executive produced by Seth MacFarlane.
And he came to Patrick Stewart because, they've known each other, and that's how that came about. But they put that on Stars, and so for people who didn't like, would not like Power, for the way it's, New York gritty gangster realism.
It's a black show. You could just say it.
I'm trying to be magnanimous.
So they have what is called counter programming.
Yeah, so they had Blunt Talk on it, but that ran only from 20 episodes, it says.
See, and
2015 to 2016.
Yeah, this was so slightly confusing for me. These are like networks with multi-million-dollar budgets, and they can barely keep a show on the air for 2 or more seasons.
Yeah, so it,
Well, the whole thing is depending on where it gets placed in the lineup, what day, what time.
Yeah, but the thing is, who's still doing that? Who's still watching TV based on like
hourly lineup?
Who's doing that anymore?
Old people. I'm not joking.
No, I know. I'm laughing. I'm chuckling.
Like, old folks, I gotta get home from my show. I'm like, wait, what?
Yeah, who's still doing that?
I'm not. Like I said, I'm not.
I get what you're saying. Yeah.
Well, no, you can.
Like all my aunts, my mom, they're
They haven't, as try as you might, you can't teach them DVR.
Yeah, you cannot teach. I mean, sorry, Mom, but I try to show her
How to DVR it, right?
I love you. 100 times at least. How a streaming stick works.
Yeah.
That you can select it.
And if I go over there, I guarantee you right now, it's collecting dust somewhere in a box. And she's like, I couldn't figure out. I'm like, how? It's up and down. And
I tried to show you, woman.
What? Just click it. But no. She's like, no, I want 7 o'clock, Steve Harvey on Wheel of Fortune or whatever.
Oh,
yeah, Family Feud.
Family Feud.
Yeah.
That's all she wants to do. I'm like, Ma, what? That's how you can't teach them. I mean, I thank God that she figured out cell phones, you know?
Yeah. But you said old people, but that's not the target demographic for most networks.
Yeah.
They're going for 18 to 34.
1834, 18 to 45, you know?
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
US who's still doing it.
Yeah. No, I understand. I completely understand. I can throw another, similar anecdote of, at least I think I've gotten my mother into binging some things. Like, she'll go on Spectrum On Demand.
Oh, wow.
And, like, it's a Saturday and she's done all the things she wanted to do around the house. And then I'll pop up and I'll see her for 3 hours looking at all of Black Lightning, because it was on, CW, and she'll watch all of that catch up. And then, yes, she'll know what show she's going to watch on Tuesday because Black Lightning comes on Channel 11 at 9 o'clock. Yeah. She'll watch that. And then Empire, she would watch that on Wednesdays. And then when they moved to the she followed that damn show around.
Oh, wow.
And, she knows she gets home at 6. She's got 2 hours to, change her clothes into, house clothes to relax, make her some drink, check her bills. Yup, 9 o'clock. Cookie, what you doing tonight? So there are people that they can find if they look hard enough to satisfy what they're offering as streaming platforms. And that's why networks have not gone the way of the dodo. Everybody keeps saying, oh, the networks are dead. But they're still out there.
Yeah.
They're still the public outlet. And then it's why all of a sudden we've got the Peacock, because now they know they can
I was just going to say, yeah.
They can monetize their back catalogs. So as much as, politically, some people have become that they don't want to touch, NBC still has the rights to all the Cosby, all of A Different World, all of, and they can stream that.
Yeah, good luck monetizing the Cosby Show now.
You can the Cosby Show versus
like you said, old people. So I guess
the Cosby Show. The Cosby
if
Show.
you hold on to it long enough, they'll get nostalgic for it.
But we want to talk about the Cosby Show, like how they say is who's been accused and penalized for what, when, where. How
is Harvey Weinstein doing these days?
Free?
Oh, still?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean...
Kevin Spacey, what? Still accused of? Actually, I read a Twitter feed of his interest. Somebody said it's
a Christmas video? You guys saw his most recent Christmas video?
Who, Kevin Spacey?
Yeah.
No, I didn't see his Christmas video.
You guys got to check that out.
I read, like I said, I just read a tweet earlier in this day where somebody said it's interesting how one of the another Kevin Spacey
accuser?
3 of them have died of apparent suicide this year.
Shit.
The former wife of a Swedish princess, former husband of a Swedish princess, was just reported as of committing suicide. A third accuser was like,
damn.
Wow, okay.
Speaking of accusers, didn't Donald Trump have some rape accusations?
He had a lot of stuff accused.
So how's he doing these days? I mean,
he's only the president of the United States.
Yeah,
he's not doing,
big, no
he's
big
not
deal.
doing well. He's not doing well at all.
No.
Yeah, and when's the last time we even heard about that?
But Bill Cosby is in
his black ass is
Philadelphia federal prison.
Right.
And people will say, oh, we'll never watch the Cosby Show again. That's what I'm saying. The NBC knows they have that. They have the rights to it. And
he also have the rights to Fresh Prince, right?
Yeah. And he wasn't the only one on the damn thing. There were other actors and actresses with names of. It was a good show. Yes, Bill Cosby executive produced it.
He created it too,
He
right?
created. That's what I'm saying. But it wouldn't have. If he hadn't have found the right Claire Huxtable, if the kids hadn't been engaged. If Rudy Huxtable had not been cute when, she was the American, everybody's favorite little 5-year-old on TV for so long. And then to keep the cute little kid in the show, that's when all of a sudden Raven Simone has a career because they needed another cute,
Yeah, but for
kid.
all their residuals.
Yeah, but
exactly right.
exactly what I'm saying. So that money is still there. That money is still on the table, and people are loath to leave money on the table for too long. The moment I have a feeling that if we hear, and reported today, Bill Cosby is passed away at the age of 85. All of a sudden,
day.
It could be as soon as the next day, but I would say it wouldn't be too long. I feel personally that it wouldn't be too long before. And now on the Peacock show, A Different World, you'll still see in the credits, executive produced by Bill Cosby. The Cosby Show.
You really think so? I don't know.
I don't think it would.
I think that's a tough one.
It may be the next day. It may be within 6 months, but eventually, if it wasn't already available, it would pop back up.
No, they might not even be.
They would
loud about it. They might be cool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You would be on there and you'd be flipping through. And
I see what you're saying. Like they wouldn't do any marketing for it,
but it would be
on it.
And like hell, not even in that instance that we don't. I'm not definitely wishing any the death of the Bill Cosby. What I'm saying is that fine, they don't market it when Peacock goes live.
Yeah,
scroll through it. See what you see on it.
A Different World, the Cosby Show. The spinoff of the Cosby Show where Theo had his own show. What's that?
When was this?
Yeah. It was like they had the Cosby Show, but Theo had his own show where it was what Theo was doing right after. Because remember,
I get it.
A Different World was supposed to be Denise's show of you're off to college, but she had to be brought back into the fold. But A Different World was such a good show and had such strong writing that it lived without her.
Yeah.
Because they introduced the character Dwayne Wayne originally on. So then he was, the reason why it was a spinoff.
Okay.
But you understand what I'm saying? That they have properties. They have things that they could do.
I actually didn't know that the Peacock had that back catalog.
What was
the Theo show?
Yeah, what was that called?
It's kind of like Joey's show from Friends. It didn't really last long.
It lasted a season, maybe 2.
There you go. So
what was it called?
I'll
look up.
It wasn't the Malcolm Jamal Warner show because he was Theo Huxtable though.
But I had no idea like NBC had such.
Well, yeah, they've got in a way a lot of things happen of like they've had shows. I've seen the NBC Universal logo pop up on shows on other networks. So it's like if they don't think something fits on their network, it got produced, but it's on CBS, it's on ABC.
Oh yeah, but
as long as
it's not. Well, technically, it's not NBC that's producing the show. It would be Universal Productions.
But for a streaming platform where Universal being the front, it's the Peacock network, it's Comcast Universal. That means hey, we produced it. That's our content to be able to throw back out there at people.
Yeah. I mean, back catalog is the name of the game.
Yeah.
In terms of streaming.
Yeah. It's like when you try to
Yeah, back catalog is the name of the game. Yeah.
When you try
That's one of the reasons why Disney Plus got 10 million subscribers in like a day. Yeah. I mean,
all the Marvel movies.
All the Star Wars movies.
And all the Disney cartoons.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, all Disney, Star Wars, Marvel. And it's like,
Disney Plus is a no-brainer for me. It's like, obviously you guys can launch a streaming platform. Peacock, that's a bit more questionable. Quibi,
if somebody,
And Netflix is currently building their own catalog, but they're doing it with a lot of like, I wouldn't say high-quality shows. Because if you go on, if you try to scroll through Netflix originals, you're going to end up with like hundreds of original programming. But you'll probably watch like 10 or 15.
They make a lot.
Exactly, but
some are great and some are shit.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, that's I think of that vein. In that thought process, you've got things where.
But I think they're doing it just to like create a catalog. For example, I think their mission is quantity over quality. Yeah. And then you have HBO, which is quality over quantity, because HBO already has a back catalog to monetize. Netflix doesn't really have a back catalog.
Yeah, they're trying everything.
Exactly. Because they started out licensing all their content. And then when they started going into the original space, like I think their first major show was House of Cards. It was like $150 million for 2 seasons, I think.
Also, they like license things that are from other countries, like
Exactly. Yes. Yes.
Peaky Blinders.
Peaky Blinders. Yeah.
Very good, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
What else did they do? Ripper Street.
Oh wow. Okay. Oh, from BBC, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Peaky Blinders is also from BBC.
Yeah. Well, the BBC, that's why they came up with BBC America so that it could,
Yeah, but and then AMC bought BBC America.
Yeah, so it's like, who owns what owns who, and then they can still pass it around. But because they have AMC America, BBC America, even if AMC owns it, the BBC still produces Doctor Who.
Absolutely,
and it shows up on BBC America as that pipeline to the rest of the world. Yeah. The Peaky Blinders, but what was the other period piece that Penny Dreadful?
Oh, okay. Showtime.
Yeah.
Oh, that was
Showtime.
That's on Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's on there now.
Netflix keeps slapping a Netflix original on things that I'm looking going. No.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. When they license content from international production companies, they slap the Netflix original.
Well, yeah.
On every anime they do, they put a Netflix original. I don't.
Yeah.
I've read articles about that of for the anime.
Yeah.
They'll put because they have the exclusive license to stream it outside of Japan.
But that doesn't make it a Netflix original.
It doesn't, but they've worked it
doesn't.
But they've worked it into their contracts where they can.
It's that weird Star Wars thing of from a certain point of view.
Yeah.
Definitely not.
It's how the contracts are signed.
Now, if they produce a new
Netflix original to show in America.
Yeah, that's.
But you didn't create the fucking
exactly. Now, if they produce a next season,
right?
Then
that would be. You could make that as.
Well, you can't license content and say it's a Netflix original.
You can.
Well,
why you do how?
Claude, a show that you like, that pops up as a Netflix original, but Netflix did not originate the story idea. The Voltron. It's a version of Voltron, Legendary Defenders.
Well, but they
did put money in there. Yeah.
So there you go.
But those episodes they never made.
But they bought the rights to be able to say this is Voltron. It'll have the lines that all the kids and adults will recognize. Yeah. And we're kind of retelling the story. Basically, is what they did with that.
It's like a reboot.
It rebooted that Voltron, story property. She-Ra.
All the warm 80s feels. And
Castlevania as an anime.
Yeah. That they made.
They produced that.
They produced it, but the thing is, it was based on the game property.
Oh, of course.
Yeah,
but it's still. I would give
you need to give him credit. But
Voltron, She-Ra, Castlevania. Those I definitely give credit for.
Yeah, because
they're rebooting
were never
it.
Aired anywhere else.
Yeah, because Damon Lindelof is being credited as the creator of The Watchmen for HBO.
Yeah,
obviously he didn't create The Watchmen, but he created the TV series.
The hell out of Alan Moore.
Yeah, exactly. Wait, what? Oh, really?
So he was sitting there all those hours sketching away.
Yeah.
He drew the giant octopus wrapped around the Empire State Building. That was him?
Yeah.
What was that? Damn, the 80s was full of drugs and happy pills.
And I think a lot of the Marvel shows for Netflix, the created by, was attributed to the showrunners.
Yeah.
But we know those characters weren't original too.
Yeah, but that's what the critics say. It's like show created by, but character created by.
By, yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they'll put
by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko.
Folks like that.
Difference.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is, Netflix, you did not create the 90% of these animes I'm looking at.
Yeah, you'll put it if it's dubbed in English, they'll put original series.
Netflix original. Wait, how?
Right.
Okay. So they didn't produce any seasons. They just licensed the content.
They licensed the content, or they might have produced the American dub.
Yeah, of certain shows.
Of some of the anime shows like that.
Yeah.
They'll, it's like, okay, still the same anime, but instead of Funimation getting the actors and they have their, they're going to put Blu-rays out of this, Netflix will get the actors, do this, ADR.
Nah, you're still a distribution company at that point.
And put that out, but on something they did all that, they put a Netflix original series.
Nah.
That's what they do. That's what they do. But does it? Should they be doing that?
Nah.
In our ethical world, we wouldn't do that.
So, yeah.
But if any of us try to do it, we'd be in jail.
We'd be in jail, or we wouldn't be in jail. We'd be sued.
Exactly.
Content banned, and
exactly. Yeah.
We want everything you got down to your fillings.
We show them, well, you said we could. We have a contract. tough.
Right? All you did was get the dub, and you put your RKP Collective Original Series. Well, yeah, because we produced the dub, and that's people are watching. They're doing it.
Yeah,
but you guys don't get to do it.
Netflix does it. Well, we don't care.
We don't care because there are
Netflix
reasons.
has a pretty good legal team. They can get away with stuff like that.
But there are reasons. Wink,
Netflix
wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah, with Netflix.
Turn that light down a little. It's too bright in here. We're seeing too much reality with the bright lights. Let's turn these spots down just a bit. Because there are reasons, but reasons. Okay.
Yep, that's it for the video.
The video that was actually that might
I think it exceeded an hour.
Oh, yep. Now gotta wait till this. So we've gone over an hour and we barely scratched the surface, guys.
Still only one topic.
Because this is such a good topic, though.
Well, that's what happens.
Because
if we still recording sound.
Yeah.
We'll
we're talking a bit more.
The people watch the video.
They can still hear you.
Yeah, they got ears.
Well, that's what I put on. Everybody who's watched the last 3 episodes.
Audio visual.
I put on on the back end of what happened. Now I'm going to change the blurb of instead of post-production team being great as always, and we have audio. Now it's like. You know what happened. Just listen. You'll still enjoy it.
Exactly.
You know what? I'll doodle something and I'll doodle you guys on that table.
I like that. That's pretty cool.
Put it in the background.
Yeah.
I mean, why not? I'll try
that or on some things you see where they like some shows you watch and they put a slate on of we're having technical difficulties and they show the camera get knocked over or something as a hand drawn slate.
Yeah, not doing.
Yeah. So
I mean, we could go with Copa, or we could just like wrap up on this and just start Copa on the next episode. What do you guys think?
Any more?
I think Copa will either be.
I think Copa will take its own episode.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And the reason why I think this is personal. We're creators, creatives.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're trying to get there and that's where we want to go. We want to be able to say, comic, NYCC 2022. We're up there on stage of and we're coming to Netflix. Show this group.
Yeah.
So it's something.
You can also go. Remember when Copa almost fucked us over?
Yeah, So because we have it's animated at some point or in at all depending on Copa. If there's an animated frame, all of a sudden it's for kids. Why? How?
Yeah.
How does that make any? Why sway? How sway? How does that make any sense? How does that?
I watched an anime last week with a spider eating a man's head. That damn show wasn't for kids.
But you're gonna say because it was animated.
It's a cartoon.
No, it makes no sense. There's no logic to it. Because it's storytelling. And the storytelling can be tailored to certain audiences.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it makes no sense, but it makes dollars and cents for the people.
It doesn't even make dollars and cents because it's literally taking.
Well, no, I mean Netflix, not fucking Netflix, and YouTube.
Yeah.
They're charging people $50,000 per offense when they break the Copa law.
Yeah.
I guess.
No, I've heard about charges being tossed out there, and I've watched a couple of because of Copa and a few other things. There are a few lawyers, bard, people with who got their YouTube channels, and they suddenly started. A few of them have talked about Copa. This is what it really means, or legally.
We should all watch them for next week.
Yeah.
Okay. Copa laws. Okay.
Yeah. To the group, I will recommend one of a guy named I don't know his name, but his channel is called Legal Eagle, and I started watching him because he does law reviews of law scenes in movies, of how accurate it was.
That's what I've seen. Yeah.
And he's pretty good. But then he has others like he's talked about what impeachment really means from a lawyer's standpoint. And then he touched on Copa, and his video was like 25 minutes, but it was like, I need to watch this. I need to hear what he said. And he recommended another lawyer channel of it. I'm talking about this, but here's another channel who goes further in detail about the child portion of it, or the individual creator portion of it. So, you start to go down that rabbit hole because we want to protect ourselves. We want to, put something up on the YouTube channel for people to consume.
Yes.
But because there's one animated frame or the title is animated and could be considered a cartoon, just as a title intro. All of a sudden, that puts us under COPA, and we're violating COPA because of one portion of a video.
Yeah.
A 5-second intro, something. How it's too big of an encompassing umbrella and needs to be really worked out. Like the DMCA has been abused multiple times
definitely.
on YouTube, and there are legion of videos of creators going, and this person, because they didn't like the commentary I made about them, my response video, they hit me with a false DMCA.
Yeah.
Which is, it's...
And that's for a Digital Millennium Copyright Act, for those who don't know.
Yeah. And so, but it's... Yeah.
I was like, dude, what?
Yeah.
Sorry, but yeah, because of whether it violates fair use.
Exactly.
And fair use is if we wanted to comment on, hey guys, what did anybody go to the movies last week, this last weekend? What did you see? And as we're talking about it, we can talk about it fine. We're not, but if we wanted to show a clip or even a still of the poster artwork, so people can see that we went and saw the Rise of Skywalker as a group, and we're all talking about it. Someone somewhere could get a wild hair up their butt and go, well, you showed an image.
Yeah, exactly.
Just an image. We want everything. Or you can't monetize it. The monetization will come to us.
Yeah.
But you can still that's free advertising for us, and we're going to take your money. What?
Yeah.
No?
I don't think I've seen that with images, but I've definitely
with video.
With music.
Music and video and then everything. And it's
music, video. And especially if they don't like what you say.
Oh yeah, they don't like what you say.
Up and say.
This violates copyright.
Yeah, if you show no frames of their movie, but you say it sucks, they'll say, "Oh, you're talking about our movie. That means it's our video." Like, no, I can talk about your video.
And countering it is damn near impossible. If you file a counter, YouTube doesn't care.
They don't care.
They don't care.
Fuck you.
Or they'll drag we're going to put it under review. And we'll get back to you when we get back to you.
Like 6 or 8 months later.
It's like, but in the meantime, that video is either demonetized. With their demonetized, with their penalties, there's like 4 or 5 options. One of them is to take the money away from you.
Correct.
So that you can't
Which
make
is usually the first option for the person that's filing the suit.
The other is where they'll leave the video up, but any money that comes from it goes to the person who filed the claim.
And you'll get hit with a copyright strike.
Yeah. Either way, you're still always going to get hit with a copyright strike, but it's either they won't allow you to show the video, you're working for somebody else effectively.
True, yeah.
Or they put a block on it of where the video is only available in certain regions.
Territories,
You're still not going to get any money from it. You've got a copyright strike. And, then there's a...
And if you try to counter it...
it's like, okay, you have the right to complain about it, and we will put it under review, but when we get back to it, we'll get back to it. And if you really want to fight it, if you got a lawyer, fine, but then it's going to get tied up. I've seen a few videos and creators where they complain about this has happened, or I'm dealing with this person who didn't like something I said in reviewing a claim they made.
Oh yeah.
It took 3 months. It took 6 months. Damn. I'm still fighting this, and so
it's so stupid.
But it has fostered a community where other creators will mirror a video. So it's like, hey, this person is going through some stuff, and they're a good creator. We're playing the video that's not allowed to be played on their channel.
But
because
then,
as a mirror,
the person end up being liable?
No, as a mirror. For some reason, mirrors work. When they mirror a video,
weird, right?
I've got a channel. All 4 of us have a channel. I'm the one with the strike, but all 4 of you are supporting me. Of this is wrong. He's getting done wrong.
So we can show your video.
You can mirror my video.
That's weird.
I'm saying this is what I've seen done.
But then wouldn't the same person just file it against Claude?
Yeah.
Because you're mirroring my video, you're just
Oh, but I'm not trying.
You're
to
echoing.
monetize it?
You're not trying to monetize. You're just showing I had made a video. It's a good video, and you're putting it up over here. This is the video he made. He can't show it on his channel. We're showing it for him. As an echo of, and because it's my video, it's me on there. It's not you. It's not you. It's not you.
So it's not the video you got copyright strike for. Is it that video?
It's the video that got copyrighted strike, but you're not the person who created the video. You're just rebroadcasting it, basically.
Gotcha.
There are a small loophole.
That's weird.
It's weird. There are weird loopholes, and that's why it's like the whole, the DMCA law needs to be logically and really thought, to be taken back to the drawing board. Or, it's like, okay, it works and we were doing it for a reason, but it's getting abused. And there are plenty of cases where YouTube has acquiesced and gone, yeah, this other person has abused it.
Gotcha.
And they do.
Basically, you're saying YouTube needs a union.
The creators would need a union if that was the case. But because of not wanting to deal with YouTube, there have been creators where it's called, they created their own, educational creators. The people who put out content that
Gotcha.
They went in partnership with Curiosity Stream, and it's called Nebula. And so the videos
I haven't heard of it, but
the videos they feel that either are too long or that they feel like wouldn't go over well on YouTube, that YouTube might start to have an issue. You can see that by that same creator that that has 100,000 followers on Nebula, and you get it free by subscribing to Curiosity Stream. So that's a streaming partnership of they attach themselves to something that already had a name. And Curiosity Stream was created by the guy who created the Discovery Channel. Huh. So it's these creators, they came from YouTube, but now instead of trying to start from the ground up on themselves and just, we're launching a channel together, us 4 creators, we're going to launch, Sunrise streaming to put...
Sunrise is taken.
Well,
I know, I'm kidding.
But we're gonna do our thing. Put the videos we would put on YouTube. We're gonna put on Sunrise. So and we each have at least 100,000 subscribers, so that they can see the stuff that we want to make long form videos, 40 minutes, but we're commenting on the latest Marvel movies and showing clips. But if we show it on YouTube, we know it's gonna get demonetized. It's gonna get blocked. We're gonna get copyright strikes. They might just delete our channel. We put it on Sunrise. But instead of us doing it we've got Sunrise, and then we, convince, it's us 4, and then 4 more that, other creators on YouTube that know, like, hey, this other creator talks similar of what I do, check them out as well. They came on board. So that's 8. So instead of us doing it ourselves, trying to get the marketing, going to the cons ourselves, to VidCon, and say, hey, watch this thing that we're doing to compete with YouTube. Yeah. It's YouTube can do its thing. We partnered with Tubi, something that already had a base.
Yes.
And we partnered with them so that if you buy them, you're going to get us as well. And you're getting us for as long as you have an active subscription with Tubi. And so that's how this Curiosity and Nebula
sounds like a cable subscription.
That you get more than one thing for the life of, you're paying for Curiosity Stream, and here's Nebula for free.
Gotcha. Yeah.
For as long as you're paying for Curiosity, you'll always get Nebula, and but it's with these creators that you're getting. So you're going to Curiosity Stream for certain documentaries. But then this creator that does the law reviews of movies, he wants to, he actually uses clips from the movies and maybe a 5-second sound bite for something to really emphasize his point. But now he can let the whole thing, he can let the 10-minute long clip play with sound and the music that was involved in the scene that he wants to talk about of the courtroom drama, like a John Grisham movie that he's reviewing, and he can let that whole play versus show a quick scene without any audio and then have to comment on it like that. He can do it where it's more natural, the way people were doing it originally when YouTube first came out, before all these copyright strikes and the way things are now.
Okay, gotcha.
Do you think YouTube is playing a kind of dangerous game? Do you think anybody's going to come up with the next YouTube?
People have tried. I know there have been at least 1 or 2 attempts, and they went under.
Like who? At one point I thought Vimeo was going to be the next YouTube. But then they pivoted to more professional videographers.
Yeah, Vimeo was trying to do that, and they had to pivot away from there.
There's Daily Motion.
Oh, what happened to them?
They went under, I believe.
Well,
Or-
not under. There's a couple. They're still around.
But they backed up.
But I'm not sure how to say it. Like people who upload like things that have been on TV,
Mm-hmm.
they upload them to Daily Motion.
Oh yeah, that's not gonna work.
It's weird. It's there and it's still getting updated every day. I'm like, why are you doing? I'm not sure what they're.
It sounds like a more public version of Pirate Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
without the selection of,
exactly.
yeah. They upload things and they'll only be up for like a week.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
then it's gone because they're trying to.
But they do it every week.
They're trying to be digital gophers. They pop their head up out the gopher hole, look around.
Weird.
Then, gotta go. Then they're half a kilometer away, pop up out of another gopher hole. Yeah, we're over here.
Whack 'em down
Pop
again.
down.
Yeah.
Here. And there's all these little gopher holes.
But yeah, they do it. It's like they show it, they get flagged, and then next week, the next episode of whatever show.
Yeah, that's how it usually works. Yeah.
I'm like, so you're basically here for broke people who don't want to pay for cable to watch. Okay. And God bless them, I guess, all right?
I can understand what you're doing.
Yeah.
I gotta be on the
wonder
fence
why.
about.
I'm like, why though? It's like they're unrepentant pirate guys. They're like, no, fuck it. I'm gonna stream until I die. I'm all right. Cool.
It's gonna be very hard to dethrone YouTube because they dominate the marketplace.
And they got Google behind them.
That's what I'm
Once
saying. Yeah.
Google bought them and has made that as part of like your little account sign up.
Yeah.
You have a YouTube account.
Yeah.
Gmail, Google.
You're effectively, the moment you sign up for a brand new Google Gmail account, you're a YouTube creator. There are people, the average person doesn't realize that, but they can if they do a little bit of exploring of, like when you sign up, there's the, apps in the corner, you tap on it, it says YouTube. It's not just so that you can watch YouTube videos. You can create your own. You can spot, jump
Without
right in.
asking for you.
Yeah,
Exactly.
it's like, well, you're a creator now. What?
Really? Okay.
Thanks. But then, as we were saying with the streaming 2.0, if you start up a YouTube channel, it's good to have content. Like you would, I've seen like Udemy and Skillshare. They recommend you make like 5 or 10 videos, even if they're just short 5-minute videos, and then you want to, you're doing a review channel. You make your long 20-minute review of whatever it is, of a TV show, movie, what have you.
Yeah.
Have a couple, so that when people come, you start to add, say, hey, on Instagram, on Twitter, I have a YouTube channel, I'm doing this. That when they go, they see the long video, but then they also see that you have other things to keep them there for a few minutes. And then you've put out that, new long video every week or every 2 weeks or once a month. But you still give them content. You still give them a catalog to, there's just this one video. Why, the one video was good. Maybe I'll come back. Or that one video was good. And they had a couple of little, clips down here of how they made this one long video. Or, their thoughts of they were just walking around for 5 minutes going, so I might go see Skywalker this weekend. But that long video is I did decide to go see Skywalker. Here's how I feel. Okay. Here are the clips. So to have that already, effectively having a back catalog, having a catalog when you launch your channel is more advisable.
Absolutely.
And it to me it equates to Network 2.0. To dovetail what you were saying of, if they don't have it, why would anybody want to stay and watch?
True. Any last thoughts, guys?
Kids, want to weigh in?
No, I think nothing leaps immediately to my.
Well, if it creeps up, we can always revisit.
Definitely,
especially as we attack this new year.
Yes,
and we're trying to put out. It may be like you said. It's kind of it's kind of our goal. So that, a contract is on the table and it's like, well, guys, remember a few months ago, a few dozen podcasts ago, so things have happened for, your treacherous 3 here. And
the humble narrator.
The humble narrator. And so now I've apparently talked up said ghost, and and I am faced with that very decision. And I'll let you know how that goes, but talking about it versus actually having paperwork or having things in front of me, it does lend perspective. And so we're gonna.
Translation, we're selling out, y'all.
We remember 5 million versus that 10 million. Yeah,
we took the 10.
We took the 10 because they said we could do a lot. We got interest, there's stakes. We've got there's some stock options in here.
We took the 10 and spent 5.
Yeah. With an option for 20 more if this goes longer than 10 episodes and 50,000 eyes upon it.
You know what? I'm curious. Anybody out there who's listening? Which would you take? The 10 or the 5?
Would you go with the 10 or the 5?
The 10 with the new network or the 5 with
contact us. This will be on YouTube. Leave comments. Spotify. It's available on Spotify.
Apple Podcasts. Yeah.
Yeah. The ones, the podcast, whatever venue you check it on.
Yeah.
Share. Hey, share, and subscribe. Tell your friends about us. We're crazy. We need people to see us being crazy. And
we're crazy and desperate for VR.
Yeah, and also, but those things, I'm sure, you can comment, leave comments on some of those things. We do have Instagram and Twitter and all those fun things.
Facebook as well.
Facebook, so you can, contact. There's, you don't have to look very hard how to contact us and say, you guys need to calm down. But this is what I would do. Yeah, we'd love to hear from you.
I'd love to hear anybody saying calm down. That's
we'll shout you out. It's like, and John from Bacoima says, you mofos need to just chill. Take a sip of tea and watch a movie.
Either that Joe from Bacoima. But thanks for watching.
Keep watching, because I'll say eating dick one more time and tell people your name.
All right, to close out, I'm Rob.
I'm Logan.
And you've just listened to The
Creative Zone with Rob and Logan. Produced by Robb Entertainment and Kurohio Productions. Mixed by Production DS. Music by Hope Beats.
This has been a Robb Radio Network production. Check out our website at rrn.robbent.com. Thank you for listening.